Have you ever felt like you're carrying a weight no one else can see? A burden that whispers, "You're different. You're meant for something more." It's not just your imagination. The struggles you face aren't random, they're signs. Signs that you're chosen. Being chosen isn't about privilege or power, it's about walking a path that's anything but ordinary. A path filled with questions no one else dares to ask, with challenges that test your mind, spirit, and heart. And let's face it, this journey can feel lonely, even overwhelming. But what if I told you these struggles are proof of your transformation? Evidence that you're awakening to your true purpose. Throughout history, those called to a higher mission, the chosen ones, have faced incredible inner battles. Mental health isn't just a side effect, it's the very ground where your spiritual awakening unfolds. The isolation, emotional storms, and relentless questioning of reality are not flaws. They're part of the process, and you're not alone. In this video, we dive into 5 mental health challenges that only chosen ones will truly understand. These challenges may feel isolating or even impossible at times, but they are the key to unlocking your power. From battling loneliness to carrying the burden of purpose, we'll explore what makes your journey unique and how you can turn these struggles into your greatest strength. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll see your struggles differently and feel empowered to embrace your role in something far more significant. Your path isn't easy, but that's exactly why you were chosen. Let's begin. Being a chosen one isn't about being superior or special in a conventional sense. It's about being someone who feels an undeniable pull towards something greater, someone undergoing a spiritual awakening or carrying a mission that goes beyond themselves. It's a deep, almost unexplainable knowing that you're here for a reason, even if you don't fully understand it. Chosen ones share certain traits that set them apart. You may find yourself with heightened sensitivity, able to pick up on the emotions, energies, and unspoken feelings of those around you. It can sometimes feel like a blessing, but also like a heavy weight. Perhaps you have a deep empathy that compels you to help others, even when struggling. And then there's that profound sense of purpose, a calling that whispers to you in quiet moments, urging you to discover your true path. But this sense of being different doesn't come without challenges. A spiritual awakening isn't just a moment of enlightenment, it's a process of transformation, which can be messy. One of the first things the chosen ones experience is an overwhelming flood of emotions. Joy, sadness, fear, and hope can all hit you immediately, often without warning, leaving you wondering if something is wrong. But this emotional intensity is a sign that your soul is awakening, peeling back layers to reveal your true identity. Another common struggle is disconnection from societal norms. As you awaken, the world you once fit into starts to feel alien. Conversations that used to excite you might feel empty. The things society values, money, status, conformity, might feel meaningless to you now. This can lead to feelings of isolation, as if no one truly understands what you're going through. These experiences can take a toll on your mental health. The weight of emotions and a growing sense of detachment from the normal world can make you question your place in it. But here's the truth. This isn't the end of your journey. It's the beginning. These challenges prove that you're stepping into your role as a chosen one. And while the path may be difficult, it's also deeply rewarding. One of the first and most profound challenges a chosen one faces is the sense of loneliness and alienation. When your perspective begins to shift during a spiritual awakening, it can feel as though the entire world is moving in one direction while you're walking in another. The conversations you used to enjoy might now seem shallow. The connections you once relied on may feel distant, even strained. Family, friends, and society often don't understand the changes you're going through, and that misunderstanding can create an invisible wall between you and the people around you. You might withdraw, not because you want to, but because it feels like no one truly gets you. Imagine trying to share your thoughts about deeper truths, universal energy, or the purpose of existence, only to be met with blank stares or dismissive comments. It can feel disheartening, even painful, to realize that the people you love might not be able to walk this path with you. For many chosen ones, this is especially true in the early stages of awakening, where you struggle to make sense of the changes within yourself. This isolation can weigh heavily on your mental health. The feeling of being different can lead to anxiety as you constantly question whether something is wrong with you. Depression may creep in as you mourn the loss of old relationships or struggle to find a sense of belonging in a world that feels increasingly disconnected from your truth. These feelings are valid and a natural part of this transformative journey. But here's the important part. You don't have to stay in that isolation. While it may feel like you're alone, others understand exactly what you're going through. In today's world, finding like-minded individuals on similar journeys is easier than ever. Spiritual communities, both online and offline, can provide a sense of connection that is both comforting and empowering. Joining a group where you can openly discuss your experiences, ask questions, and share your insights can remind you that you're not alone in this. Whether it's a local meditation circle, a forum dedicated to spiritual growth, or even social media communities, these spaces can become a refuge where you feel truly seen and understood. The truth is, loneliness is not the end of the road. It's a bridge. It's the space you walk through as you transition from your old self to the awakened being you are becoming. And when you reach out and find others on the same path, that bridge becomes a path to connection, purpose, and growth. You are not alone. The world is waiting for you to find your people. Another significant challenge faced by chosen ones is overwhelming emotional sensitivity. As your spiritual awakening deepens, you notice things you might not have before. Subtle shifts in energy, unspoken emotions in others, or even the mood of a room the moment you walk in. It's as though your emotional antenna is tuned to a higher frequency, picking up signals from people, environments, and events in ways that most others don't. At first, this heightened sensitivity can feel like a gift. You understand people on a deeper level and can sense what they're feeling, even if they don't say it out loud. But over time, it can become overwhelming. You might find yourself carrying emotions that aren't yours, absorbing the pain, anger, or sadness of those around you. It's as if the world's weight settles on your shoulders, leaving you drained and unsure of what's yours to bear. This emotional sensitivity often leads to significant mental health impacts. Constant exposure to intense emotions can result in burnout, where you feel utterly depleted and unable to function as you normally would. Emotional exhaustion becomes a regular part of your life as your mind and heart struggle to process the overwhelming input. Sometimes you might experience emotional dysregulation, where your reactions feel out of proportion or difficult to control simply because you carry too much. But there is a way to navigate this sensitivity without letting it consume you. Grounding techniques are powerful tools that help you stay centered amidst the emotional chaos. Practices like mindfulness can bring your awareness back to the present moment, helping you distinguish between your emotions and the energy you're picking up from others. Meditation is another effective way to quiet your mind, allowing you to release any emotional weight that doesn't belong to you. Shielding practices are especially valuable for those who feel deeply affected by the energy of others. Visualize a protective barrier around yourself, whether a glowing white light, a shimmering bubble, or any symbol that resonates with you. This shield serves as an energetic boundary, allowing you to interact with the world without absorbing everything around you. Remember, your emotional sensitivity is not a flaw. It's part of what makes you uniquely you. It's a sign of your ability to connect, empathize, and feel deeply. By learning how to ground yourself and protect your energy, you can turn this sensitivity into a strength rather than a burden, allowing you to move through the world with clarity, balance, and purpose. One of the most profound and unsettling challenges of being a chosen one is the existential crisis and the accompanying shifts in identity. As your spiritual awakening unfolds, You question everything you thought you knew about life, your beliefs, values, and even your sense of self. Ideas that once felt solid and comforting may now seem hollow or irrelevant. The foundations you built in your life might suddenly feel shaky, leaving you wondering who you are and your place in the world. This process often leads to a deep sense of disconnection. You may find yourself losing touch with the person you used to be. Relationships that once brought you joy might feel out of alignment. The careers you poured your energy into might no longer feel meaningful. Even your daily routines can seem foreign, as if you're living someone else's life. It's as if the awakening has stripped away your old identity, leaving you in a liminal space, no longer who you were, but not yet who you're meant to become. This disorientation can take a serious toll on mental health. Many chosen ones describe feeling lost as wandering through life without a map. This sense of disconnection can lead to anxiety as the uncertainty of the future looms large. In some cases, it can spiral into existential depression, a heavy feeling that nothing matters, that life itself is a puzzle with no clear solution. Yet, as overwhelming as this phase may be, it's important to remember that it's a necessary part of your transformation. Like a caterpillar dissolving in its cocoon before emerging as a butterfly, you're in the process of rediscovery. The identity you're shedding was never meant to last forever. It was simply a stepping stone toward a truer, more aligned version of yourself. The key to navigating this challenge lies in grounding yourself in the present and finding small joys. When everything feels uncertain, appreciating a sunrise, enjoying a favorite meal, or spending time with a loved one can anchor you to the moment's beauty. These small joys remind you that life still holds wonder, even in its most confusing phases. Most importantly, trust the process. Know that this phase of questioning and disconnection isn't permanent. It's a sign that you're growing, evolving, and moving closer to your higher self. Embrace the uncertainty as part of the journey, and remember that even in moments of doubt, you're exactly where you're meant to be. The path may not always be clear, but it always leads you toward a deeper truth. Another challenge that chosen ones often face is the struggle with setting boundaries. Your heightened compassion and deep empathy make you naturally inclined to help others. You feel their pain as if it were your own, and saying no can feel almost impossible. You want to fix, heal, and support, and while these are beautiful traits, they can also become a heavy burden. When you take on too much, you start to absorb the problems and negativity of others. It might begin subtly, listening to a friend venting about their struggles, helping a family member through a crisis. But these emotional burdens pile over time. You might feel drained after interactions or carrying emotions that aren't yours. Without protecting your energy, this constant giving can leave you feeling like an emotional sponge. The mental health impacts of this struggle can be profound. Emotional fatigue becomes a daily reality where you feel depleted and unable to replenish your energy. Resentment may creep in as you realize you've overextended yourself, giving so much to others that little is left for you. Without boundaries, the overgiving cycle can lead to burnout, making it difficult to function in your own life. But boundaries aren't about closing yourself off from others. They're about creating space for your own well-being. Setting and maintaining healthy emotional boundaries is an essential skill for chosen ones. Start by recognizing that empathy is a gift, but it's not your responsibility to carry everyone else's pain. You can be supportive without sacrificing your own mental and emotional health. One effective way to set boundaries is to practice saying no with kindness and clarity. Understand that saying no doesn't make you selfish, it makes you strong. For example, if someone asks for your time or energy and you're already feeling drained, it's okay to respond with, "I'd love to help, but I need to take care of myself right now. Let's find another time." Another important tool is identifying when you're taking on energy that isn't yours. Pay attention to how you feel after interactions. If you notice heaviness or emotional shifts, take a moment to pause and release that energy. Visualization techniques can help here. Imagine the emotions you've absorbed leaving your body, or picture yourself surrounded by a protective light that shields you from negativity. Finally, prioritize self-care. Make time for activities that recharge you, whether spending time in nature, meditating, or simply enjoying some quiet moments alone. By nurturing yourself, you're protecting your energy and strengthening your ability to support others when it truly matters. Boundaries are not walls, but bridges to healthier, more sustainable relationships with others and yourself. By learning to say no and protect your energy, you'll find greater balance, peace, and strength as you walk your path. One of the heaviest challenges chosen ones face is the burden of purpose. From the moment you realize that your life holds a deeper meaning or a higher calling, it can feel both inspiring and overwhelming. You're driven by the sense that you're here to make a difference and fulfill a mission beyond yourself. But with that realization comes an incredible amount of pressure. How do you live up to something so profound? What if you fail? This pressure can manifest in perfectionism. You may feel that every action and every decision must be flawless because the stakes are high. Even small missteps can leave you questioning whether you can fulfill your purpose. On the flip side, the fear of failure can become paralyzing. You might hesitate to take any action, worried it won't be good enough. The weight of expectation, whether from yourself or others, can make it feel like the entire world is resting on your shoulders. These feelings can lead to significant mental health impacts. Stress becomes a constant companion as you push yourself to meet impossible standards. Imposter syndrome might creep in, whispering that you're not worthy of the purpose you feel called to. And in some cases, self-doubt can spiral into procrastination, where you avoid pursuing your mission altogether out of fear of falling short. But here's the truth. Your purpose isn't about perfection, but progress. The universe didn't choose you because you're flawless. It chose you because of your unique blend of experiences, strengths, and flaws. No matter how small, every step you take brings you closer to fulfilling your mission. And every mistake you make is an opportunity to learn and grow. It's essential to shift your perspective to ease the burden of purpose. Remind yourself that purpose isn't a destination, it's a journey. It unfolds over time, often in ways you don't expect. Focus on the present moment and ask yourself, what's one small thing I can do today to align with my purpose? It could be as simple as showing kindness to someone, taking a step toward a dream, or just being true to yourself. Let go of the need to control every detail of your path. Trust that the universe guides you even when you can't see the full picture. Celebrate your progress, no matter how modest it may seem, and recognize that every effort you make contributes to something greater. Finally, remember that you don't have to carry the burden of purpose alone. Seek out mentors, friends, or communities that share your values and vision. Surrounding yourself with supportive people can remind you that you're not walking this path in isolation. The burden of purpose may feel heavy, but it's also a sign of your strength and potential. By embracing the journey rather than the outcome, you can transform that weight into a source of power, clarity, and fulfillment. Trust yourself. You are more than capable of rising to the challenge. These challenges you face are not signs of weakness. They are proof of your transformation. Every moment of doubt, every struggle, every tear is a step toward becoming the person you are meant to be. You are not alone on this journey, and the obstacles you encounter shape you into someone stronger, wiser, and more aligned with your higher purpose. Remember, the path of a chosen one was never meant to be easy. It was meant to be meaningful. The weight you carry, the questions you wrestle with, and the changes you embrace are all part of a greater story. You are growing, evolving, and stepping into a role that only you can fulfill. Let that truth fuel your perseverance. Take a moment to honor yourself for how far you've come. Despite the challenges, you've continued forward. Despite the doubts, you've chosen to trust in something greater. That is courage, that is strength, and that is why you are here. Now, I want to hear from you. Share your story in the comments below. What challenges have you faced? How have you grown? Your journey could inspire someone else who feels alone right now. Let's create a community of chosen ones who support and uplift each other no matter where we are on our paths. If this resonates with you, subscribe to this channel for more content to guide and empower you on your spiritual journey. Join us in building a space where chosen ones like you can connect, learn, and grow together. Remember, you're not just walking this path, you're lighting the way for others. Let's continue this journey hand in hand. You are not alone, and your story matters.